For those of you old enough to remember Secret of Mana, it is now being released on PlayStation 4, Windows, and the Vita in February. We had one of a lovely chap called Ian Dransfield go and play it in London, and he's here today to talk more about it. So first off, mate, how does it compare to the very old original that was released back in like 1993?
So I had I was fortunate enough to be given a SNES Mini as a late birthday present, and cool. Did have Secret of Mana on it. So a couple of weeks before I went to this event to play the new version, I was actually playing the original Secret of Mana. So I think my brain was in the right kind of frame to be able to compare the two, and it's the same game.
Yeah, so visually, I mean, how is there a necessity for this to be released on the PS4? Like, how much of a difference is it when you could just play it on your SNES Mini if you had one? You know, I'm just trying to work out the point of the release, really.
I think I can understand it from the perspective that they want to revamp the graphics and re-record the music and add voice work and stuff, because then it will have broader appeal for kind of, I don't know, younger gamers and stuff who aren't as hung up on nostalgia as I might be. The graphics are completely redone. Everything's in this 3D world. As I say, it's got voice acting in it. The music has been remixed, re-recorded, but you do have the option to switch back to the original soundtrack if you want, which, you know, if you're a nostalgia hound like I am, you might do. But actually, the new soundtrack is pretty good. It's pretty catchy. So, you know, it is a complete remake. It doesn't seem entirely necessary, but at the same time, it's not like they're doing a really bad job with it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Is the remake got like any of the hands from the original on it, like the soundtrack, or be it the gameplay, anything like that? Do the people who created it in the first place have any kind of hand in making this one? I
don't know.
Yeah. I mean, does it look kind of how similar does it kind of look to the original? I mean, it's not top down, is it?
It's it is the same kind of perspective as the original, kind of almost 3/4 up down, I suppose. And I mean, just the kind of direct comparison in my brain of the opening scenes between the original and the remake, it's very similar. Like, everything about it is very similar. It does change things a surprising amount to have voice acting in there, because the voice acting is kind of exactly as you'd expect. It's not exactly mind-blowing, but in fact, it was quite annoying at times. But it's still a good game, you know. I was playing through it and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not entirely sure why it needs to be remade like this. I'm not entirely sure about the voice work in it. The music's nice, but I'm still having fun with it because it's still underneath it. It's a really solid game. It's a really good, fun game.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like for like just the announcement trailer, say the visuals are kind of very colourful and bright, and it does look a lot of fun. It's very kind of cutesy. I'm trying to think of a game it kind of reminds me of, but you know, is this going to appeal to everyone, or is this going to be kind of aimed more at a younger audience?
I think it's going with kind of like almost a Saturday morning cartoon look to it.
Yeah,
I think they are gearing it towards a younger audience, but at the same time, as I say, they've not actually changed any of the underlying game, so it will still have that appeal for older players, in that it is a lot of fun to play, in that it has the depth that the original Secret of Mana has, in that it has like the multiplayer aspect to it, which is something, I mean, I completely forget about every time, but it has a really good multiplayer element to it, and that is coming back for the remake. I managed to play it for a little bit, and it was good fun.
Yeah. So what is the multiplayer kind of element to it?
So it's you have a party of up to three. This is where my memory fails me. I think it's a party of up to three characters.
Yeah.
And it's literally just, if you have another pad, I was going to say plugged in. We don't live in the past anymore. If you have another pad connected to the console, someone else can just join in and just take over one of the other characters. And you can switch which character you're controlling, and you're literally just playing the game as you would normally, but with one or two people instead, I should say. And I mean, with that comes because your teammates are normally AI controlled, and because the battles in the world just happen in the standard world, there's no separate battle screens or anything. When you get into combat, they're jumping out there and doing their attacks and getting killed annoyingly by enemies and all that kind of thing, as they were in the original game. Whereas in multiplayer, again, it adds that element of strategy and stuff that you can get from having another human to sit there and talk to and say, right, you cast magic at this one, I'll go for this one, blah, blah, blah. And it does actually add a level to it. So if you've got someone around who would be ready, willing, and able to play through a massive RPG with you, then, it's there and it's good.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Thanks for joining me, Ian.
No problem.
And thank you all for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.